This is going to be a video for people who are trying to learn about sharps and flats. They're trying to get these notes that are weird with weird symbols on them. They're trying to conquer this topic because, you know, maybe you just don't like math. You don't like stuff that seems like math. You don't like stuff that looks like math. For a better way, you know, for the best way of putting it that I could think of right now. And I am doubling back in as I continue to develop and teach more and more music theory concepts, introductory, easier, you know, beginner level music theory concepts. You need to get all of this stuff sorted away before you can really move into the thicker, more complicated, but maybe more fun stuff. And so my mission here is to help people who feel like they can't do this. This is, you know, maybe you could do it, but for me, my brains don't work like that. I don't really like looking at stuff that looks technical. I'll pass. You know, I would learn music theory if I liked it, but I don't like it. But maybe you want to take another look, because I believe that everybody can learn this stuff. And I believe that everyone who is really serious about becoming a better musician should. You should learn enough. You should learn enough to do what you're trying to do in your life as a, you know, as it pertains to music and the relationship you have with music. For me, I've been playing guitar for 26 years. And I've never been much of a music theory buff. I always found it fascinating. I like it. I love what you can accomplish with it, but I've never found it that fun to learn stuff that I don't know in music theory. And so that's why I'm sort of trying to create stuff that would help you with this process. I believe you can do it too, if I can do it, because I was that guy that kind of hates music theory. I kind of hate to look, I had a guitar in my hand. I could string bend, you know, I could play a Santana solo. I don't want to slow down to learn this stuff, but that's exactly what's necessary. We need to slow down sometimes. When we slow down, the progress becomes fast. So I say slow is fast when it comes to certain things. Definitely true with music theory. So sharps and flats, this video is going to be tailored to our sponsor, my wife. My wife is a person who loves music. She has a beautiful voice. She doesn't play instruments, but she's always kind of liked it in the background. Like she's always kind of had a desire, like not like an intense desire, but like, you know, a passive desire. I'd like to learn how to play a couple of things on a guitar or on a bass guitar or whatever, right? So, but these are the kind of things that will keep someone who is wired like my wife, who is more artistic and she likes things done fast. Give it to me fast, right? Give me a result fast. So sometimes, unfortunately, we can't do it fast. We need to slow down. But slow is fast. Okay. So we're gonna slow down and make it simplified, easier to understand and digest, so that we forget that we're going slow. Get what I'm saying? All right, so let's do some. All right, let's do some. Having some conversations with her. She was following the videos, enjoying them, trying to learn some music theory, and she said, hey, you know, I feel like it's kind of running away from me now. So maybe you're like her. I'm gonna slow down and double back a little bit and take a more relaxed style. Let's go into the sharps and flats again. I'm gonna slow down, all right, so we can process this, so we can have a strong command. Like, I'm not here to try to show that I know everything. It's not gonna help you if you don't walk away knowing it. Then what good is it? So let's go again, nice and slow. What's a sharp? What's a sharp? Do you remember? All right, I'm gonna go nice and slow. All right, don't be offended. Don't lose your patience. I'm gonna slow down my world for your sake, so that you could get time to really marinate on the topics as you're watching here. So again, this is for you, right? What is a sharp? Do you remember? Maybe you're drawing a blank. Maybe you remember, but like, okay. Think to yourself, like, do you remember what it is? Okay, so I'm gonna go in and review now. I'm gonna review, all right, and explain what it is. What's a sharp? A sharp is a thing that you do to a note. This is a way that you could think about it, nice and simple. You put a sharp on a note, a sharp sign. It looks like a hashtag symbol, pound sign, whatever you want to call it, something similar like this, right? When you put that symbol onto a letter, what it means is that letter is a note, and you're saying to do something to that note. So if you have the letter C, right? The letter C, the note C, like middle C, and then now you see a sharp in front of it. I'm like, what is that? I hate math. That's what it feels like, right? I feel like you're looking at math, like you're looking at some symbol now. The sharp symbol, it just means that you're gonna do something to the C. So every time when you see the sharp symbol, it means you're gonna do something to the note that the sharp is on. And the sharp means that you're going to raise the pitch of it. And I had introduced half steps and whole steps. A half step just means one note away, the next available note, right? So when you see the sharp symbol, all it means is you're taking the note that the sharp symbol is on and you're raising it to the next available higher note. Okay? A half step higher. So C sharp means, hey, go and find C. Okay, do, you play on the piano, right? C, do. Now, when you're playing it, if I have sharp, it means I'm taking the C and I'm raising it by one note, a half step to the next available note. And then you're gonna play what will be on the piano a C sharp. It's one of the black notes. By the way, the sharps and flats are all black notes on the piano. The black notes on the piano are sharps and flats. And the white notes are the regular notes that are not, the regular letters. Which is pretty cool. On the guitar, not so much. You can't see sharps and flats this way, but you can see them nice and easy on the piano. So piano is a great device for learning music theory. But the note above C is C sharp. Sharp means to take a note and raise it to the note above. So if I put a sharp symbol on F, what does that mean? It means I'm gonna find me an F, play it, right? And then I'm gonna say, okay, sharp means to raise it though by one note, by a half step. So I'm gonna find the note that's a half step up or the next note higher than F, and it would be F sharp. These are how sharps work. Okay? Like, is that nice and easy for you? Is that a little easier? Just in general, whenever you see a sharp, it just means raise the note raise whatever I'm talking about by a note. See, it could get even trickier later, because later on, in more advanced concepts, you could see a note that has two sharps on it. It's like, whoa, right? But if you keep things sorted in your mind, like, okay, two sharps would mean I raise it by one note twice. And then you could figure out what that means. But don't worry about it yet, all right? Don't worry about it. So we can practice, all right? I'm not gonna do flats right here in this video. I'll do another video for flats. So it's not rushed, you know what I mean? I don't want to rush. Where am I gonna go? I'm just out here throwing papers and stuff, trying to get a little extra money for my family. And my day is crazy. It never, like, the work never ends. But while I'm out here, at least, like, thank God I can have some time to talk to my phone and push this out, and hopefully it finds you, and it's a blessing to your life. And so let's go through, right? Let's go through and do some little practice that can help you out a little better to hone in your skills. I'm going to ask you a question, and then I'm going to give you a couple of little gap of time so that you can process what I'm saying mentally and try to tell me what you think the answer is, right? You're going to say it out loud, or if there's people around and you're in public, whatever, you can't say it out loud, or somebody's going to think you're crazy, then just say it to yourself in your mind's voice, right? So I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to give you time to try to answer it mentally, and then I'm going to tell you what's the answer, okay? So let's do this drill a little bit. And this is how you want to practice, really. This is what you want to do. This drill right here is how you want to do for your own self, to build up this muscle of knowing the sharps and flats. So I'm going to ask you now, right? What is the note that is above the note A? Ooh. My phone fell. It's all right. You know, they don't really pave over here too great. That was an earth-shattering question. What is the note that's above A? So we have A, the note immediately above A. Now you tell me out loud or in your head, depending on how crazy it will be to do so. How you think you got it? Okay. So the note immediately above A is A sharp. Okay, based off of how we reasoned. Because again, A sharp means to take A to go to the note above A. Which means you're saying, hey, that note that's immediately above A sharp. Okay? Cool, let's do another one. What's the note above, if you raise the note D by one note? I'm going nice and slow. You know, kind of like where I come from. Let me tell you something, a real quick story, right? not really a story, but like just, look, I grew up in New York City. I grew up in a not so great neighborhood, okay? Where I come from, it's considered like you're slow or you're stupid if you can't answer stuff fast. We're not doing that here. We're not doing that here. Don't feel shame if you get the answer wrong. Don't feel shame if it takes you longer than you think it should. Just focus on trying to gain understanding. Only thing that matters is if you are able to assimilate the information. If it becomes easy to you. I don't care who's a musical genius. I don't care who's offended by this video. You're offended by this video? Okay, go find another video. I don't care. Like, oh, I know more than you. Okay, good for you. Good. I'm so happy for you. You know more than me. Oh, you could do this faster than this. All right, good for you. You know everything there is to know about the shrimping music theory business. Good for you. I'm not making this for people that already know this. What's the point of doing that? Like, see, because the reason why I'm saying this is because, look, I've been on YouTube for almost 10 years. On and off. Like, not really diligently, but I get people that come in my comment section talking about, what's the point of this video? And stupid stuff like this. First of all, let me tell you this right now. If you were standing in front of my face and you mocked, like, I'm a nice guy on the internet, but if you're standing in front of my face, you tried to mock me, you find out there's a different side to me right there. You'll find out that would not go very well for you. I'm trying to be kind to people who need help. I'm trying to be kind to people who don't. So, like, it's okay, because you know what? If you're up to this part of the video, I already know. I already know the arrogant ones are not watching this part of the video. But if you happen to land on this part, like, why are you here? Why are you here trying to ruin a good thing for people that they might be watching this and be like, this is good. This is good, man, this is helping me. And then they go to the comment and you see just like one person commented and it's a mocker. You don't do, like, okay, on your channel, where's all the stuff that's on your channel that you could do better? All right, fine. Okay, anyway, just had to get that off my chest, because, like, you know, man, every time you try to do something good, you ever notice in life, somebody comes to try to discourage you. Every time. I don't even want to go into all that right now, but, like, you know, I believe that there are spiritual reasons for this. Let's just end it there. You don't have to be, like, nobody ever learned, even the cocky guy that's like, everybody knows that. Everybody always learned everything by being humble. By slowing down to where it made, by slowing down enough for it to make sense for themselves. And then they started moving fast again. I'm telling you, I'm kind of like a guy that's really good at learning stuff. I'm telling you, this is how it is. Like, you don't have to be in a hurry. You have to, if you want to hurry for anything, just give your effort into trying to slow down enough to be able to see it in a way that makes sense to you. Then you can move on. All right. Anyway, this is my channel. I gotta lay out some philosophies here or there, because there is a method to my madness, and it might not be evident right away. It's not madness at all. It's sanity. To try to do it any other way is really the madness. To try to show me the stuff as fast as you can. Tell it to me as fast as you can. That's madness. How are you supposed to learn? So again, let's go through, and we're gonna take it slow. We're gonna be humble. We're not gonna be, haughty. We're gonna be nice and easy. We're not gonna be judgmental about ourselves. We're not gonna be self-conscious. These things are all the enemies of learning. They're the enemies of growth. Right? So tell me, quiz time. Drum rolls. Brrr, drum roll, please. Brrr. No, there's no pressure. There's no pressure. No pressure, all right? If you walk away knowing more than you came, it was a win today. Let's go to the note. C. C as in cat. What would be the name of the note above C? Do 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 do. Beep, 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 beep. You know. Boom, 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 boom. Boop, 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 boop. How anybody supposed to think with that plague? You just said no pressure. Right, we're making it nice and easy. We're gonna slow down so everybody can learn. C, the note above C, C sharp. Okay. Alternatively, we can look at the same exact, we could do the same drill, but in reverse. I like to do this oftentimes with any kind of thing that I'm trying to sort out in my mind. I will take things and work it one direction. So we said, okay, what note is above C? What note is above D? What note is above F? And you start to get the drill, right? Like, whatever note, once I say that, oh, it's the same letter with sharp. Okay, what's the note above G? G sharp, right? Then you could do the reverse and start with a G sharp and say, well, G sharp is what? What does that mean? See? It's like the reverse reasoning. G sharp is the note above G. So I can ask you a question now, right? To create a drill for helping our minds, our mental databases to sort things away the right way so we can find it later. I can say G sharp. I can tell you the note G sharp. And I could say, which note is G sharp above? And now you have to think like, okay, G sharp. Sharp means that it's above, it's the note above the letter, right? See? And your brains have to do it backwards. So which note is G sharp above? And now you have to think down one note, right, to find it, which is also a healthy thing. You want to be able to think ascending, going up in pitch, and you want to be able to think going down. So G sharp is the note above the note G. Okay? So let's do a few of these. We're going to give time for each. I like get so winded now. It's not even because I'm out of shape, even though I am out of shape, but it's really just because I don't get enough rest. I'm up every night, all night, every night. It's like kind of like all day, every day, but not as good. All night, every night, I'm working and not getting to sleep. But anyway, if I gave you the note A sharp, and I said, hey, here's a A sharp note. A sharp is above what note? It's the note above what note? Now you got to think and say, okay, it's the note above. So which note is below? A sharp. See what I mean? So let's do it. Let's do it. What is the note below A sharp? Or what note is A sharp above? Same question, different way of phrasing. And a second here to think about it. And the answer is going to be D. No, I'm kidding. A, of course. The note below A sharp is A. Or you could say A sharp is the note above A. Okay? And if I were to say D sharp is the note above which note? Or which note is a half step below D sharp? Think about it. Okay. I feel confident that you got it and that it's a D. Okay, D. So the relationship between a note and its relative sharp note is a half step. Okay, the sharp is a half step above, which means that the note of itself is a half step below the sharp note. And this is the way we can think about sharps, all right? If you're watching this and you've watched through, let me know how this format works for you. Do you like this better? I know, like, you see, in the internet land, everybody's always in a hurry. Excuse me. Like, this is the truth about everything in life, but especially on the internet. And like, I have pressure as the guy making the video, even though I kind of don't care, but like, I have pressure to try to condense the time, but that can be detrimental. That can be detrimental when you're trying to learn. Being in a hurry can be detrimental. So anyway, just let me know about this format, how you think. And I really appreciate any feedback. What do you think will help people like yourself do better? Like, learn it better. And that's not just for this video, but just always. Like always, everything I make. Let me know what you would want to learn. Like what's giving you difficulty, and I'd be glad to offer any insight that I have. Many times, you have to understand. I conquered this stuff like more than a quarter of a century ago. I conquered it a long time ago, you know, like before the year 2000. So many times when we're farther along, we become blind to the things that a new person struggles with. So I'm very grateful for my wife. Thank you, Leah, for helping to offer feedback this way as well. And so that other people could get that benefit. And just remember, everybody who's watching this, that you can do this thing if you just believe in yourself and you keep showing up to practice. You take the time to go through it. Don't see time that you spend trying to learn as like that you lost that time. Don't ever treat time that way when it comes to learning, because when you come back, even if it feels like it didn't work out, like you try to learn it and it didn't work out too good, and you got like, it stumped you to like you were stuck and you didn't really understand this stuff today. You still learned something. Like the next time you're gonna be familiar with some things, and it's gonna help you to be a little closer to unlocking the understanding of that concept. So it will be relevant and helpful to you to show up, keep showing. Like the Bible says, all labor is profitable, right? That's what Solomon wrote. So I believe that. You know, I've watched, and there have been times where I said, well, man, I wasted my time. But then, like, even if whatever I was working on didn't really help me, like, some skills that I learned is, like, they became relevant and helped me with something else. So, you know, just keep hanging in there. Keep hanging in there, and it will get easier. But one thing's for sure, if you give up, say, forget this, I hate math, I'm out of here, you won't learn it. That I can guarantee you. All right, so this is not math. It's just, and even if it feels like it, like, and it stinks, and it's not your favorite cup of tea, this stuff is not. Like, I like to feel the notes, hearing them, listening to them, and hearing them, and hearing the flavors, and you know, this kind of stuff, being creative. This is what moves me. But you will find that the music theory is necessary in order to be able to do that more, do it better, understand what you're doing better. So it is like an intellectual, like a mental component to music, for sure. That's not just feel, especially as a musician. So you want to learn your ABCs and your sharps and flats and have this at your disposal, even though, like, it stunk when you had to learn it that time that you were going all slow with the guy on YouTube. But, like, you won't even remember that, and you'll just have the tools. Like, you'll just be thinking about, oh yeah, this chord has a sharp, and, like, you know, has a C sharp, and, like, you'll just be, you won't even remember that you didn't know sharps. And that's the goal, to not have to really think about the stuff anymore, to just have it at your command. That's really what Guitar from the Heart is all about. Being able to play without having to think too much. Okay, I think that's enough for one day, and I will be back in the next video to talk about the flats and to do flat drills in the same kind of way. And I will do as many of these as is necessary until you're confident. So please let me know. And if more than 20 people watch the video, then I will get, you never know. I got videos that have thousands of views on the channel. I got videos that got, like, that I thought were pretty great. I got like 10 views. So I'm just gonna keep showing up so that in time everybody like that needs to find this can find the information they're looking for. As many people as possible can find this, and music theory could become easy for them. All right, so anyway, let me know if you're on this. If you let me know what you want, it can help me to make better videos for you. Anyway, peace.